Okay, so I am like halfway through with my day. Made some chai to help me with this midday low, but it's not so bad for a Monday. It's not so bad. I think after, what has that been? 9 months of working from home, I finally cracked the most effective, productive way to spend my day. I think I finally nailed it down to like three most important things for me at least. Number one is to get enough sleep. I feel like that affects me the most. It doesn't matter what I have planned, even if it's the easiest day of the week, if I did not get enough sleep and like good sleep without waking up, then I still feel really bad. So sleep has definitely, checking on my sleep schedule. I started doing this thing where on the iPhone you can turn your like bedtime schedule and your phone automatically like 15 minutes before that goes to sleep. So like turns off all the notifications on the phone and you just can't see them. So I do that an hour before I go to bed. And then in the morning when you wake up, that same thing, like does not show you notifications, but you can still see the time. And so when my alarm goes off, I don't immediately like see what's happening with my emails, with my social media stuff. I can just kind of decide when I want to see them. So that has been very helpful, and getting all 7 to 8 hours of full night's sleep is like the key to the most productive day. Now, another thing I figured for myself is to break down my day and to have some time without doing tasks, like without being focused on things. So for me, that's my lunch time that I always have at the same time. And then after lunch, I usually go on a walk, and I do that every day, regardless of the weather. So that way I get some fresh air. My head kind of clears out a little bit from my morning work stuff. I just get my body moving, and that's just really, really good. And that helped me a lot to get through that second part of the day. Now, the third thing is very specific, I'd say, and it works for me with my type of job. But when I first started working from home and teaching online, I would plan my classes. I would do my lesson planning the day before class. So I would plan Monday night what I wanted to do Tuesday. That just really did not work for me, and I realized that I was so tired, I was so exhausted. I was not excited about teaching. I was not excited about doing what I was doing, because what ended up happening, I was working the whole day, and then in the evening, instead of resting, I had to immediately jump into preparing for the next day. And so what I started doing this semester in winter, I planned my week ahead of time. So I would spend time Saturday outlining my whole week, doing my lesson plan, so that at the end of each work day, I have that time for myself. Now, that doesn't mean I don't like grade or I don't respond to students' emails or something like that. Like, I do that, but I find that to be less emotionally draining and less cognitively demanding, if that makes sense. So right now I'm in this really good spot where I'm like, now when it comes to like other things that help me be productive and enjoy working from home, I think about a couple little cute things, enjoyable things that I can do for myself during the week. Choosing a day when I get a takeout, or like choosing a day when I want to cook a new meal. Every week I have this little resolution that I started: make one new vegan meal a week. So that's just kind of gives me something to look forward to and I keep myself entertained. There's no phone in my bedroom 2 hours before sleep. Like, that is a no-no. And reading, I know sounds lame, but to me, it clears out my head so much. And it gives me so many new ideas that when I wake up in the morning, I'm like inspired. I have thoughts, I have ideas, I have creative urges and what's not, instead of looking at what other people are doing. I am looking at what I can be doing to make myself feel better. And on the topic of food, it's lunchtime, and I think I'm gonna go heat up some leftovers, which is, pro tip, make enough food for dinner so that you can have that food for lunch the next day and for a couple more days after that. Because if I have to cook twice a day, then I don't want it. And that really slows me down. If I know I have to cook lunch, like fully make something, come up with a whole new thing, I'm like, I'm just not gonna do it. Like, I'm just not gonna eat lunch. And that's also not good, because then I feel very low. My energy is very low for the other part of the day. So, okay, so one more thing so that you don't think that I'm like, that I got it all under control. Emails, don't have that. Don't appreciate them. Why, does anyone know, like, why millennials have such a hard time with emails? I just don't understand. And like, I don't have answers. And if you know what to do and how to manage big volumes of emails, let me know. We are having chickpeas with chickpeas, just in different forms.
And another grain.
And another grain. And I was gonna say that tahini is also chickpeas, but then I was like, no, silly. It's not. Okay, so one thing that I feel like people talk a lot about when it comes to like productive day, work from home, my daily routines and stuff like that, is planning and like to-do lists, stuff like that. And I am just not a to-do list kind of person. I've tried so many times to have an actual physical planner, to have a digital planner. I just don't feel like it works for me. I don't feel like it's worth it for me. I feel like I'm being very OCD sometimes, and when I try to use planners daily, I find myself spending more time on organizing my planner or my to-do lists or writing notes or stuff like that than I actually spend on doing things that actually have to be done. So anyways, after struggling for a long time, I have one notebook that's just a thought idea dump. So it's always on my desk. Then I have my journal that I started actively using somewhere in the summer of 2020. And I feel like that has just been the most amazing thing I've decided to do in my life. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you're anything like me or what kind of planning you prefer.